Have you ever wondered why certain individuals command the room the moment they step in, even without uttering a single word? What is this it factor, and how does it play out in our lives? Welcome to our journey of unraveling the enigma of the it factor, a concept as intriguing as it is elusive. This it factor, often referred to as charisma, is a compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. It's a magnetism that draws people in and leaves them hanging on to every word, every gesture. It's what makes leaders out of ordinary people and stars out of the crowd. Now, why is this it factor so important? In personal and professional settings, charisma can be a game changer. It can open doors, build networks, and create opportunities that might otherwise remain elusive. It can turn a mundane conversation into a memorable one and a routine meeting into a transformative experience. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a long-standing debate surrounding this it factor. Is it something you're born with, or can it be developed? Is it a natural gift, like being born with a silver spoon? Or is it more like a muscle that can be worked on and strengthened over time? On one side of the debate, we have those who believe charisma is an inherent trait. They argue that it's a unique blend of qualities that some individuals are simply born with. On the other side, we have the proponents of the idea that charisma can be cultivated. They see it as a set of behaviors and attitudes that can be learned, practiced, and perfected. As we move forward, we'll explore both sides of this debate, delving into the science of charisma, the role of experience and learning, and how one can cultivate this elusive it factor. So, is charisma an innate trait or a cultivated skill? As we delve deeper into understanding the it factor, we'll unravel whether it's an innate trait or a skill that can be honed over time. Scene script. Science has had its say on the nature of charisma, but what does it reveal about the it factor? When we delve into the realm of genetics, we find some fascinating findings. Scientific studies have suggested that there's a genetic component to charisma. The implication? You might very well have inherited your magnetic personality from your parents. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that charismatic leadership has a heritability estimate of about 30%. So it appears that charisma isn't just about the glint in your eye or the spring in your step. Your DNA might have a say in it too. But let's not give all the credit to our genes just yet. Research also points towards the influence of early childhood environment in developing charisma. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology suggested that individuals who grew up in enriched environments, those filled with intellectual stimulation and emotional support, were more likely to develop charismatic qualities. So, the books you read as a child, the games you played, and the emotional environment in your home all played a part in shaping your charismatic personality. Moreover, studies have shown that our experiences during our formative years can significantly impact our charisma. A study published in the Leadership Quarterly found that individuals who faced adversity during their early years were more likely to display charismatic leadership later in life. The rationale? Overcoming challenges builds resilience, a trait that is often associated with charismatic individuals. But what about those of us who didn't grow up in enriched environments or didn't face significant adversity? Are we doomed to live charisma-free lives? Not at all. Science reassures us that while our genes and early experiences might set the stage, they don't write the entire script. So it seems that our genes and environment both have a role to play. But that's not the whole picture. If charisma was only about our genes and upbringing, wouldn't it be a rather fixed trait? Yet we see people growing more charismatic over time. How does that happen? Imagine charisma as a seed. Yes, it might be present from birth, but it needs the right environment and nurturing to grow. This is where experience, learning, and personal growth come into play. They're like the sunlight, water, and nutrients that allow this seed of charisma to flourish. Take any notable personality known for their charismatic aura, from politicians and entrepreneurs to artists and activists. You'll notice that their charisma didn't just magically appear one fine day. It was cultivated, shaped, and refined by their life experiences. Let's consider the story of Oprah Winfrey, for instance. She didn't start as the influential and charismatic figure we know today. She faced numerous challenges and adversities in her early life. Yet it was these experiences that taught her resilience, empathy, and the ability to connect with people on a deep, emotional level. All of these are essential components of her charismatic persona. Similarly, Richard Branson, the charismatic founder of the Virgin Group, wasn't born a charismatic leader. He learned it over time through his entrepreneurial journey. He made mistakes, faced failures, and learned from them. His charisma is a product of his experiences and the lessons he learned along the way. Personal growth also plays a crucial role in developing charisma. As we learn more about ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, and our values, we become more authentic. Authenticity, in turn, is a powerful magnet for charisma. It draws people towards us, making us more relatable and trustworthy. Learning, too, contributes to charisma. By constantly expanding our knowledge, we become more interesting and engaging. We have more to share, more to discuss, and more to connect over. So, while some people might have a natural inclination towards charisma, it's certainly not a trait set in stone. It's malleable, flexible, and absolutely developable. It is clear that charisma isn't a static trait. It evolves and grows, much like we do. Now that we know charisma can be developed, how do we go about cultivating this it factor? Let's dive in, shall we? The first step towards cultivating charisma is enhancing our emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage our own emotions and those of the people around us. It's about empathy, self-awareness, and emotional control. When we improve our emotional intelligence, we become more attuned to the feelings and needs of others, and this naturally enhances our charisma. Next, we need to work on our communication skills. Good communicators are good listeners first. They listen to understand, not just to reply. They're also clear and concise in their speech, and they use body language effectively. Improving our communication skills means being more attentive to others, and expressing our thoughts and feelings in a way that's easily understood. This makes us more likable and relatable, which are key elements of charisma. Another important aspect of charisma is self-confidence. Self-confident people are comfortable in their own skin. They know their strengths and weaknesses, and they're not afraid to show their authentic selves. They also have a positive outlook on life, and they're not easily swayed by setbacks or failures. To build self-confidence, we need to embrace who we are and believe in our abilities. We should also challenge ourselves regularly and learn from our mistakes. Remember, charisma is not about being the most outgoing or the loudest person in the room. It's about being genuine, approachable, and engaging. It's about making others feel seen, heard, and valued. It's about being a positive force in the world and inspiring others with our words and actions. And most importantly, cultivating charisma requires practice and patience. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a process of self-discovery and personal growth. It requires us to step out of our comfort zones and push our boundaries. Cultivating the it factor is a journey, not a destination. It's about constant growth and personal evolution. So, let's embark on this journey together and become the charismatic individuals we're meant to be. Charisma, or the it factor, isn't a gift bestowed upon the lucky few. It's a blend of our genes, upbringing, experiences, and conscious efforts. As we have journeyed through the intriguing world of charisma, we've unraveled some fascinating truths. Charisma isn't a mystical trait possessed by a select few. It's not an elusive quality that's out of reach for the rest of us. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We began by unraveling the it factor, understanding that charisma is indeed a combination of several qualities like confidence, empathy, and the ability to inspire others. It's not a single attribute that one either has or doesn't. Delving into the science of charisma, we discovered that while genetics and our early environments do play a role, they certainly don't write the whole story. Our brains are malleable, and our behaviors can change. We are not simply prisoners of our DNA or our early years. We then explored the significant role of experience and learning. We saw how life's trials and triumphs, the lessons we learn, and our conscious efforts to grow and adapt all contribute to our charismatic potential. Charisma isn't a stagnant trait, but a dynamic one that evolves over the course of our lives. In our quest to cultivate the it factor, we learned that charisma can indeed be nurtured and developed. By focusing on our emotional intelligence, honing our communication skills, and fostering a positive attitude, we can all enhance our personal charisma. So, as we wrap up our journey, let's remember that charisma isn't about being born with a magical it factor. It's a blend of our natural attributes, the experiences we've had, the lessons we've learned, and the conscious efforts we make to grow and develop. So, the next time you see someone with that undeniable it factor, remember it's not just about having it but also about nurturing it.